So the ad market is in a tough place, and I think most big media and advertising organizations are reporting that. But the growth that we're showing year on year is really showing that we're bucking the trend that's broadly in the ad market at the moment.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. Joining me is Digitalbox CEO James Carter. James, good to speak with you this morning. You announced in March that you were trying to develop the business further. Can you update us on this, please?
Yes, good morning, Stephen. At the beginning of the year, as many of you may already know, but we undertook a strategic review in the back end of last year, which resulted in really confirmation of the plan that we announced around our company results in March. And we really committed to grow the business and the existing model through a mix of launching and further acquisitions. And during the first half of this year, we've really sort of doubled down on that. We've delivered 3 new products in Royal Insider, Reality Shrine, and a third EastEnders Insider. And that's really taken our portfolio to around to 8 products, really, in terms of website products that we operate. And we also acquired 3 Facebook pages. So we did some testing with Media Chain, a company that was formerly called Social Chain, with their Life Network page that had around 5.5 million followers. And that proved very successful. Early stage development on Royal Insider that we attached it to. And then we also moved as part of that acquisition conversation to take on 2 more of their pages. One was called Funny Cards Against Humanity, and the other called British Banter, which we've attached to the Poke and the Daily Mash, respectively. So there are one bigger acquisition there, which was the Life Network, but the 2 smaller ones could also prove very valuable to our further development this year too.
James, how has traffic been against what's been reported as a turbulent landscape?
Yeah, so it's fair to say that there's been lots of concerns from publishers across the board, really, about how the market is shaping up, with Google moving in to deliver more AI overview type results in their feed around search, and some publishers have suffered. But however, our audience development, it's been really exactly where we budgeted. We had a very strong Q1, and Q2 continues to evolve, and the back end of Q2 was very strong. And we've seen some very promising results around some areas that we're developing on existing brands, like the Tab, with a small move into mainstream news, and TV Guide, where we're trying to develop deeper content around TV programming. So broadly in the right place. Yeah.
So what's driven your 11% revenue growth, James?
It's been a combination of things. We've increasingly outperformed the ad market as we've moved through H1. And I was just looking yesterday, and there are some pretty startling sort of year-on-year comparators in percentage terms. You know, some of our brands are up 55% year on year for June and July. Another one 130% in one of those particular months. But we've seen strong returns on programmatic advertising across the portfolio compared to this time last year, and especially at the back end of H1, where I think it's fair to say it was pretty soft in 24 over that period. However, when we're looking at the overall ad market, it really does confirm that we're outperforming it, which is obviously a very positive signal. So the ad market is in a tough place, and I think most big media and advertising organizations are reporting that. But the growth that we're showing year on year is really showing that we're bucking the trend that's broadly in the ad market at the moment. Diversification also has been a key element to our revenue growth, which we've talked about it before, but as the platforms change, really, particularly changes that are driven around AI, then it's going to become increasingly important for us to monetize on the platforms as well as off the platforms, as we've traditionally done. And the past 6 months has seen some very strong performance there. So on-platform monetization has really helped diversify our revenue mix and adds a great deal to stability as we move forwards.
So that's the past 6 months, James. What does the future look like?
The future, we want to do more of what we've been doing. We've had strong results on, not everything that we've launched will work, but some things have worked huge amounts better than we anticipated. Royal Insider and Reality Shrine are ahead of where we expected. So there's a prospect of those being much bigger. There are opportunities also around greater diversification. We're looking at developing around some direct email business at the moment. And there's also opportunities around further acquisitions that we're also looking at. So much more of the same, if you like, but increasing the diversification element to what we do in order to strengthen the business going forwards.
Well, James, I hope you'll continue to keep us updated with your progress. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Thank you, Stephen.
James Carter, CEO of Digital Box.